The government's shift now is towards agriculture and diversifying towards agriculture for internal growth and, of course, exports. Would you say that Nigeria has gotten to that point that we're ripe enough or mature enough to be able to present a front in terms of agriculture as our main base or our main selling point?
No problem about that, except that some of our agricultural products have not been able to penetrate the markets of Europe and United States because of the quality. Look at cocoa. A lot of cocoa that we export were rejected at their destinations because of all manner of impurities. Okay, so if you want to be competitive, you must make sure whatever you produce meets the international standards. Okay, so we get our act together. Look at the advantage that we can maximize. If we are emphasizing on agriculture, I heard that we should be able to even export rice before too long. There was a time we were consuming just imported rice. Lake rice in Lagos, you saw what happened over Christmas. So the potential is there, okay, to export even raw materials, agricultural products. If the Americans have things like Beniseed, okay, things that you will not grow in America, but will grow here, okay. The Kenyans are exporting tea. Ethiopians are exporting coffee. Some of the best coffee in the world you get from Ethiopia. So look at Nigeria. Look at what we think we can produce. Look at yams. In America, Nigerian yams are sold, okay, because there are markets for African products run by Africans. Yeah. So you can have palm oil, you can have all sorts of things. Even in America, plantain, to get dodo, to get all this, you have it in the US, but on a small scale. If you want to maximize that, we might now have to sell those agricultural bananas. Okay? We don't export bananas. Mango that wastes. If you drive to Plateau, you drive from, say, up to the way to Nasarawa, you see mangoes just rotting away. We can can those fruits, okay, and export mango fruit, juice, all those things. Our agronomists have their work cut out for them.
Absolutely. Well, Paul, let me get you to weigh in on this, because, I mean, there are lots of naysayers out there, and we also see what international press, how they report some of these matters. Does it matter if the president speaks to us, or we wait, as Gabachev has said, we expect the president back soon? Should he have spoken to us before now?
Well, he has some difficulty, the way I see. If he didn't have the difficulty, he would not have gone abroad. But I think the pressure is on him now. Having spoken to Donald Trump, the least he can do for us is either to come back quickly, or by teleconferencing or Skype or whatever. He should address Nigerians that it's not as bad as you guys think. I've seen pictures in the papers of visitors, and he looks okay. And the wife says, pray for him and all that, to assure us, is president of Nigeria, that everything is okay. Nothing stops your correspondent in London going to interview him, and China is carrying it. It will suit worried bums, okay, in Nigeria.
We'll be hoping that they open the doors.
No, they should. They must put their money where their mouth is. It's a question of credibility. There are many forces that don't wish Buhari well in Nigeria, especially those who have stolen our money blind. Okay? They wish he was dead. But the guy is not dead. He's alive, and he just spoke to Donald Trump. Yeah. What other evidence do you have that it's not a question of Yardua? You remember the conversation between Obasanjo and Yardua? Umaru, are you there or not? No. A correspondent of channels, and China is the leading TV house in Nigeria, could go to just, you should dispatch one of your reporters to go to London in order to get a scoop. I'm not selling you an idea, but it's something that you guys should pull off.
Well, we're going to tell you that many of those have been tried, but the doors have not been opened.
But now the doors will be open. I mean, if the president can find the time and strength to talk to Donald Trump, then he should be able to talk to us. And it's not too difficult. Skype is there. Also, you sell them the idea that Nigerians are waiting. It's not enough to hear that everything is okay, it's hunky-dory with the president. You should just use Skype, address us that, fellow Nigerians, I thank you for your empathy, for your sympathy, for everything. I'm okay. Before too long, I'm going to be back on scene. That's enough. A short interview.
Prof, if I may just put in this, and there are a lot of people who are wondering. Yes, the spokespersons for the president have confirmed the conversation between our president and the U.S. president. But they are concerned that the White House is not even saying anything about that conversation. Should that be something of concern to anybody?
No, well, I don't know. Do you have a reporter in the White House? I mean, there are press conferences every day. This spokesperson of Donald Trump addresses the press on a daily basis.
Yes.
I mean, your correspondent in Washington should get access to such and raise the issue, because the chief spokesman for Donald Trump will be able to handle that.
Which is something that they are working on right now, but I'm asking if that should be a concern. Our correspondent is in the White House and will handle that part.
Okay.
But should that be a concern that the White House hasn't said anything about this conversation?
I would not be bothered about that, because there was no controversy. It's not like Donald Trump slamming the phone on the Australian Prime Minister. You know, Justin Trudeau is next door. And then Justin Trudeau was son of a former Prime Minister of Canada. And he's just 43. Donald Trump is 72, 73. And, you know, you can see the disparity in age. People are anxious to hear what transpired. But with Buhari, I don't think it's a big deal that the White House did not make a statement. I think your correspondent in Washington should get that done. Go to that press conference and ask Sean Sutter, whatever his name is, and ask him, why are you guys, what came out of the discussion with President Buhari? That would be a very good story. You know, your reporter, your correspondent, ask the chief spokesperson of President Trump, and they will clarify whatever.
And not to forget that we've asked both spokespersons of the president, both Mr. Adesina and Garba. Both of them are not with the president at the moment. So is that instructive or what?
Well, I was bothered when one of the spokesmen, that's Adesina, said people around the president said something. That is despicable. I mean, you are chief spokesman for the president. You should know what is going on. What are they doing in Nigeria? They should be in London. At least one of them should be in London to inform us. All that they are giving us is hearsay. They are not credible. Okay? It would have been nice if you had a presidential team back up in London. London is 6 hours away. It's not the end of the world. And I'm saying, if they are not doing it, channels should buy the bullets. Send your people to London. Try to at least report to us that you tried to talk to the president, you met a brick wall.
Okay, we'll hear you, Prof, and I'm sure that the management also have heard. If not, we will also bring it up. We appreciate your comment this morning. Akin Oyebode is a professor of international law, University of Lagos. Thank you again for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.